Hello, how's it going? You all know my podcast, Jimmy?
Hello, guys!
Yeah, the one with the accent. We've been working on a musical theater podcast for almost a year now, maybe a little more than a year, and
basically each week we chat about a different show and talk about its place in musical theatre history, or if it's a new show, talk about the potential that it has.
Well, there was one show that particularly caught our eye.
Natasha Pierre and the Great Comet of 1812 is headed to Broadway this fall.
After a couple of wildly successful off-Broadway runs, Dave Malloy and his creative staff have created a wonderfully amazing looking and sounding production that is unlike anything else that has ever made it to Broadway.
And that gets us excited.
Now, they say excitement is infectious. I don't know if they actually say that excitement is infectious, but Jimmy wrote the script.
For the purposes of this metaphor, go with it.
So infectious that a couple of pretty cool people caught on to our podcast excitement. Cool people like this.
Okay, needless to say, Tommy and I were stoked.
Jimmy and I were entirely gobsmacked. We never expected Dave Malloy or the production team to even know about our podcast, much less listen to it, but that's not where the excitement stops.
In July, we received a very special email into our inbox.
From Team Comet. An email, 1, saying how much they liked our podcast, and 2, inviting both Jimmy and myself to go see Natasha Pierre and the Great Comet of 1812 as guests of the production.
We couldn't believe what we were hearing.
And in many ways, we still can't believe it, but this is happening, folks. Jim and Tomic are headed to Broadway in November for the opening of Natasha Pierre and the Great Comet of 1812. And we want you guys to come too. Now, we're funding the trip ourselves, but some of us, mostly Jimmy, have entire oceans to cross.
And that makes quite a severe dent on the pockets.
But like that would stop us from going on the literal trip of a lifetime.
Flights and accommodation, the costs mount up.
So, if you'd like to help us out, we've set up an Indiegogo campaign. We want to stay in New York for as long as possible and bring you as many Broadway-themed, New York-shaped treats as we possibly can.
Make no mistake, we will be going out there to work. We will be armed with our cameras and recording equipment so that we can take you with us every single step of the way and get to bring you some exclusive content from the Great White Way.
If you support us in Indiegogo, we've got a couple of great perks as a thank you for your generosity.
For $1 and above, you will be thanked in the show notes of our podcast.
For $5, you'll get a verbal thank you at the end of the podcast too, where you can expect we will just gush about how wonderful you are.
If you are so generous that you would give us $10, then you will get an exclusive thank you video from the pair of us.
If you're crazy enough to give us $20, we will happily perform any Broadway song of your choice to the best of our ability and post it for the whole world to see. I guess maybe not so happily, depending upon the song. I'm looking at you, cats.
If you have more money than sense and feel like giving us $50, first of all, we'll pick our jaws up from the floor and then hang out with you via Skype, and we can chat about whatever the hell you want because you're that awesome.
Now, please don't feel responsible for getting us there. As we've said, we're going no matter what, but if you're feeling generous, any support you could throw our way, we would greatly appreciate it, and it will help us stay out there longer or see more shows or just create more video content for you to enjoy. And who knows, maybe we'll run into some familiar faces along the way.
The link to the campaign will be down below, so do check it out if you so desire.
And did we mention we're going to Broadway? We're going to Broadway. Jimmy, we're going to Broadway! Ah!